G'day mates, my name is Vulpine and welcome back to LittleBigPlanet 3 and we're actually in Avalon where we're supposed to be this time. That's good. Get out. Today we're going to finish Popit Academy Term 1. Starting with our first lesson for today, bolts. And bolts are a staple in the LittleBigPlanet editing world, so here we go. Whoa my. Now you see that that gadget that I was in there? That's made from bolts. There are bolts in these wheels too.
Sack thing, you have returned to the Popit Academy for more of my insightful insights. Want to know about bolts? Let's kick off with a gander at your most basic bolt. Bolts can be used to attach two materials together and then rotate around the bolt's connection point. Nifty, eh? Put your Popit cursor over a bolt and press the menu button to open its tweak menu. You'd be wise to consider the strength of your bolts. If they're too strong, they won't rotate very well.
Indeed. Strength is important. Now that bolt there has probably been attached too tightly, so let's loosen it some. It's worth noting that physics won't kick... Okay, maybe they will. But you gotta be careful, because if they're too loose...
Oh, you're a dyed-in-the-wool creator, you squire!
Oops. And we'll let this one loose. Oops. Well, if you want to get that prize bolt, just tighten that bolt. Now this is a motor bolt, which we'll probably be looking at next.
Motor bolts are ideal for crossing large areas of water in a short amount of time. No,
that's motor boats.
No, that's motor boats. Motor bolts are bolts that have a built-in motor. Get with the program, Da Vinci. Let's look at motor bolts. By far the greatest of motor bolt tweaks are speed and direction. Give them a whirl, and you'll be able to solve these puzzles.
I get it. But yeah, it's also worth noting that the strength of this is maxed out. Now, the reason for this is if you don't have the strength up, then the object won't rotate freely. See how it's already slowing down there? And I just changed the direction and the thing didn't change. So you need a thing. We'll turn the speed down because we need to get through there. Now, if you want to get that prize, but we'll just reverse the direction of this motor bolt here. We're going to need it to be a bit faster to get up there. A lot faster. There we go. Now we'll turn that the other way.
The next boat I want to talk about will rock the Imagisphere. Well, wobble it a bit at least. Wobble bolts cause your creations to, well, for want of a better word, wobble. Some cool tweaks here, oh yes. The rotation tweak sets how much it will rotate. Then there's the angle setting. This tells the wobble bolt what should be the center of its wobble. There's oodles of fun to be had with the time settings. You use these to make the wobble bolt move faster or slower. You can even put a pause at the end of each rotation, too. There's a lot to take in, and you'll make mistakes along the way. It's nature. Just undo them by pressing the left button. And then you can unpause the game by pressing the up button.
Indeed. Now this wobble bolt is a little bit too low, so let's increase the rotation. Notice how that angle thing appears when you opened it up? You can actually see what the angle is as well. It's actually going a bit funny here. I don't know what I've done to it, so let's rewind. Okay, yeah. So if you raise the angle, it just fell off. And if you jump as it rises, you'll be able to grab that prize bubble easy. You can... Now... It can also rotate multiple times as well. Ow. Right, next one.
Okay, my star pupil. It's time for you to add some bolts of your own. First, select the object with the Popit cursor and move it into position using the left stick. Select the bolt from the tools bag. Move the bolt using the left stick and attach it to the desired material using the action button. This will then bolt the material to the back wall.
Indeed, so you got to be careful on where it is. Now in this case, we want this block to bridge the gap. So get that out. We don't need to worry so much about tightening it, because we got two bolts here, means it won't move. I can't pull that much tighter. Okay, there it is, I got it. And we'll lock it on. You can adjust the size of the bolt too if you want. That's as big as it will get though.
Excellent work.
And that's how it works.
Really.
All right, next. And finally, connectors. By the way, in that tutorial from before, there was one more type of bolt that they didn't cover, the sprung bolt, and it's basically like a bolt on a spring. And it lets an object move back and forth if it's disturbed. Next.
I knew you were near, as I have a connection to all the LittleBigPlanet superstars. And speaking of connections, let us talk about connectors.
This platform is attached with two ropes. And this platform is attached with two rods. That's what she said. I'm sorry.
You'll find connectors in the tools bag. Connectors connect things, and your bog standard connector is your basic rod. Once you've selected the rod, ease your cursor over the edge of the first object you want to connect it to, and then press the action button. Repeat this for the edge of the second object, and hey presto, the rod will connect the two objects together.
It's pretty easy, really. So let's get a rod, And that will make the lift move.
Next, we have string. It's just like a rod, except it's flexible. What you lose in control, you gain in uncontrollability. All connectors can be tweaked once placed. Hover over the string and press the menu button. You might want to tweak the length of the string to be shorter. This will bring the two objects closer together. When you're content with your tweaks, close the Popit with the back button to deselect the attached objects.
And remember, this will make physics kick in again. For ease, we'll make it so that I'm standing. Remember, hold down the X button to open the tweak menu. I'm just making it longer. Lift it up. That should be fine. You can make the platform a little bit higher if you want to grab that prize bubble there. Whoop. There's something I can grab under that, so... Can I actually... Nope. Latch on. Lift it up. Strings are perfect for creating swinging objects like this one. That's too high. That might still be too high. No, that's perfect. I wouldn't make it much higher though. Now we got springs here.
Springs next. Bring up the Springs tweak menu with the menu button. Springs are special in that they have tweaks for both length and strength. If I were you, I'd have a play with these tweak values to get an understanding of what they do and why they're there.
Well, I can quickly explain to it. The strength basically explains how resistant to recoiling that it is. Stiffness means the spring will at least try to stay chain straight. If it's not chain straight, then the objects it's connected to are gonna wiggle about. See how it angles there? We're gonna undo that now. Now we'll drop the strength down. I nearly crushed myself just then. Now we need to make this this spring a little bit stronger. Stronger than that. And that's elastic. Boingy, 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 boingy.
The final connector is elastic, and it's very similar to string connectors, but also totally different. Pull on an elastic connector, and it may have a nice little bounce to it. Attach it to the ceiling and the sponge here, just like you attached the other connectors. Observe, the elastic tweak menu also has length and strength options. You may have to use both to solve these.
So here we have another one. Get the elastic out. We'll make it a bit shorter here. We'll weaken the elastic a little bit. Now we have a slight problem. It's swinging. So I need to... There we go. Whoa! Now if you want those prize bubbles, I'll actually do it this time. But Lift it up. Shorten the elastic. Down the pipe. Oh.
So there you have it, all the 4 connector types. Try them all out, tweak and fiddle with them, find a favorite, and above all, have fun with them.
There's actually a 5th one that they didn't talk about in this one. They're called pistons, and they work like rods, only you can move them back and forth. We might see more about these in term 2, but for now, let's finish this level. It's race time. Now this one's a doozy. I forgot to hold the button. That's too much. Springs can make it hard to jump off something too. Let's get a rod. Nothing. We've got to make sure it's stiff. If it's not stiff, then it won't... But I didn't make it stiff. I made it stiff. Alright. You can jump over that. You can raise that platform to get that prize bubble there. That needs to be higher. We need more string. String is such a staple, especially if you want to have something suspended. Although in this case, it was probably a good idea to go for the rod. But that worked.
Look at you go! You are a true puppet master! Quick! Don your Term 1 graduation gown and meet me on the podium for a picture.
Indeed. Now, the gown's in those prize bubbles. Let's pop it on. I'm trying to remember where they are. There it is. Yes, I have a lot of stuff. Yep.
Say Bree!
Yay! I know I didn't smile, but whatever. Alright, let's take this off. Oop.
Quick! Don your Term 1!
You just said that. Shut up. Oh. I never completed this level since doing the... since collecting all the prize bubble. But you see, there is a reward to getting the prize bubbles. Now you think that's it, but wait, there is more. Remember those connectors and bolts we never talked about before? Well, we're gonna have a quick look at them now. This is a testing area that I built. There's not much to it. As I said, it's just a testing area. I've actually built various gizmos that I actually built various gizmos already. Some of which we'll probably use in my future levels. Now, before we continue with this explanation, there is actually just me or is that floor getting lower? Just me. It's also worth noting that while both the original Little Big Planet 1 games had only 3 layers, Little Big Planet 3 has up to 16 layers! Yeah. I gotta get out of here. Yep. Now then, I'll quickly show you. I'm going to quickly show you what making the thing, what the bolts are. Now then, oops. Now this is the sprung bolt. I didn't secure that platform. That's what happens with the sprung bolt. There's give in it. Now, if I take away the bolt, we'll move this platform I'm standing on as well. Get a piston. Now see, you can set a minimum and maximum length. Pistons can also be controlled with switches and the like, but we'll talk about all that in term 2. For now, hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like and a comment if you did, and be sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bonus clip. So you see, I made a bunch of other gizmos around here, and they're like, whoa! I forgot I had that set up.